There's a lot of excitement about artificial intelligence in a lot of industries, and financial services is no exception. I think, I mean, there's a lot. Every day you'll read an article. One day someone says that all human jobs are gone, in a few years, and other articles will talk about the fact that artificial intelligence is a great complement to the human service provider. So I happen to think that the second bucket is more where we're heading. I think as a human, when you talk to a client, they say something. I'm not interested in this right now, but, let's talk in 6 months. You may or may not remember that. You may or may not make good notes and follow up on that. But with a computer, when they hear that, it's always going to be there. It's not going to be forgotten. So I think there's just so much more capacity in the system to service clients better, because you can recall details of certain conversations and certain events and just make that a lot more interesting and insightful. And I think this is actually what every brand in every major industry is thinking about. How do we become more relevant, and how do we engage better with our clients? Whether it's consumers or it's institutional customers, it's the same problem. I think challenges of how to define that engagement and relevant interaction maybe differs from sector to sector, but I do think that in every sector it's top of mind for decision makers. And that's where I think artificial intelligence comes in incredibly handily. And actually, since we were talking about 60 Minutes, I do want to bring up 60 Minutes. There was a special on Watson a few weeks ago. And if you saw that, that just is a great illustration of how, a human mind can never possibly process that many research papers that come out every day on a variety of medical subjects. I think that to some degree applies in financial services as well, because there's just so many markets to follow, so many things to do, so many things in your clients' lives, whether it's individual or institutional clients to follow, that I think you have this enormous potential to be of value, as opposed to just, this sort of, we are just limited as humans. I do think, and I'll hand it off on this note, but I do think it introduces some regulatory question marks, because does an artificially intelligent party have to have a Series 7 or, some other exam that they need to have passed? So that I'm not sure how that gets handled, but I do think there is a lot of potential.